I mean, just look at this place. This is Muiden Castle, a medieval fortress in the Netherlands that seriously looks like it's floating on water. It is an absolutely stunning sight, and for more than 700 years, it has held its ground, guarding all the secrets of Dutch history inside its walls. And it really makes you wonder, right? How does a building like this, from way back in the 13th century, not only survive, but still manage to blow us away today? Well, the answer isn't just about stone and mortar, it's this fascinating story of brilliant design, strategic power, and, just incredible cultural endurance. So, to really understand Muiden Castle's incredible staying power, we have to start with its most defining feature, its deep connection to water. And believe me, this wasn't just for a pretty reflection. It was the very core of its survival strategy.
Now, while a lot of us know it as Muiden Castle, its official Dutch name is Muider Slot. For centuries, this perfectly preserved fortress has been the heart and soul of the little town of Muiden, standing watch like a timeless protector.
Okay, this is where the genius of its design really shines. Most castles back then relied on thick walls and high towers, and yeah, Muiderslot definitely has those. But its true strength, its secret weapon, was this incredibly sophisticated network of moats and canals that could actually be used to flood the entire surrounding area. It literally weaponized the landscape. So who were the masterminds behind these amazing defenses? Well, Muiderslot wasn't the product of a single vision. Instead, its story kind of unfolds over centuries, with a whole series of powerful owners each adding their own touch to its incredible legacy. It all kicks off in the 13th century, founded by the powerful Bishop of Utrecht. Then, about a century later, the Counts of Holland took over, and they expanded the fortress and beefed up its defenses. By the 15th century, it was in royal hands, under Prince William I, which really cemented its status as a crucial stronghold in Dutch history. Architecturally, Muiderslot is like a masterclass in medieval military design. You see all the classic elements. You got the sturdy stone walls for brute force, the imposing towers giving a commanding view, and those defensive battlements, the protective barriers up top for archers to hide behind. But the one element that takes it from a standard fortress to a strategic masterpiece, that's the integrated water defense system. And to really get a sense of how imposing this place is, just picture this. The castle's walls shoot up 20 meters, that's over 65 feet, straight out of the water. And the entire grounds cover more than a hectare, which is about 2.5 acres. So this wasn't just a building, it was a fortress designed to completely dominate the landscape, a massive symbol of authority and control.
So after all those centuries of conflict and change, what has become of Muiden Castle today? Well, it's something way more dynamic than just a historical monument frozen in time.
The key thing to remember here is that Muiderslot isn't some dusty old relic behind a velvet rope. No way. It's an active, breathing, vibrant hub for Dutch culture. And thanks to some seriously careful restoration work that actually started way back in the late 19th century, it's just as impressive today as it was hundreds of years ago. Today, its role is pretty multifaceted. Inside, there's a museum that brings the castle's rich history to life. Outside, you've got these beautifully landscaped gardens full of historic plants and herbs which have become a super popular spot for weddings and all sorts of cultural events. It's a place where new memories are constantly being woven right into the fabric of its ancient history. And its importance is officially recognized. The castle is described as a significant cultural landmark, a title that really highlights its role as this proud symbol of the Netherlands' heritage and a testament to its incredible architectural smarts. So if you were to actually go visit, what's the best way to connect with all this living history? Well, the whole modern experience is designed to give you a real feel for the castle's past, and it reveals its secrets in some really cool, engaging ways. It really boils down to 3 essential experiences. First, you've got to take a guided tour to uncover all the hidden stories within these walls. Second, you have to climb the towers to get that strategic perspective. And third, take a stroll through the gardens to really imagine what daily life might have been like. And trust me, that climb up the tower is an absolute must-do. From the top, you are rewarded with these stunning, panoramic views over Lake Muiden and the Dutch countryside. And this isn't just a pretty photo op. This is the exact same strategic vantage point that its defenders relied on for centuries. It connects you directly to the castle's whole reason for being there. Which, brings us to a final thought. Muiden Castle has stood for over 7 centuries, a silent witness to so much history. As it continues to be preserved and cherished, it just makes you wonder,
What new stories will these ancient walls have to tell in the next 700 years?